Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we did receive version 36.0 release notes and also all the information about the side event that I will cover quickly in this one video, but I'll do a more extensive video on it later, as well as we have Jane Foster buff details. So first things first, in this video we're going to be focusing on release notes and side event details. So as far table of contents goes, obviously we're going to get our, regular events. There's going to be nothing special about it. We're going to have a side event. We're going to have monthly cab EQ and lower difficulty quests. Then two new champions, as we already knew, is going to be Gore the God Butcher and Valkyrie. There's going to be some sort of subservience event. Not entirely sure what that is going to be about, but we're going to have to take a look. And most importantly, perhaps to many of you, Eternity of Pain is making a return, so it's going to have exactly the same format. There's nothing new revealed about Eternity of Pain. We do not know if they have changed the reward system. We do not know if anything else aside from it has changed. However, I would be quite confident about the fact that all of the fights will be new and unique, and they will not reuse the old fights. As I said, Jane Foster buff, we're going to be taking a look at that in a separate video. Instant rank up offers. Players will now be able to spend units on rank up screen to directly purchase any missing materials to complete rank up for any 1 to 4-star champions. That's going to be a weird one. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this one. Then again, 1 to 4-star champions, it's not all that kind of relevant. It's just, additional way how Kabam can monetize the game for whales, really, who want to max out all their champions and stuff like that. And it's going to be interesting to see the cost, I suppose. If it's going to be fairly cheap, maybe I'd do it for a few champions. But, typically I just take my 4-star strength 3 and leave them there. There isn't all that much of a reason to rank up a whole bunch of 4-stars. But then again, it could be handy in some specific situations if there's some challenge that we need to do or something similar of sense. Energy overage. Traditionally, if you use an energy item or leveled up and it would give you more energy than your cap, you would lose that excess energy. This hard cap has now been removed and you will gain a full amount of energy from that item or level up, while at or above the cap, energy will not be gained over time. This is very cool. I love this one. So this will, make it much better. For instance, I don't know, even playing Battlegrounds, whenever you had 10 energy but you needed 15 to start the fight, you kind of felt like you wasted that 10 energy, and it's not nothing. Over time, it's definitely going to add up or something, and yeah, I do think this is quite a cool change. Also, we have catalyst cap adjustment. This is long overdue. Below are the increase for level 60, so you can see that tier 1 alpha is gonna get a fairly significant increase. Tier 4 basic is also getting a 6 catalyst increase. So obviously, if you do have sigil, then this goes even higher. Tier 4 class catalysts are going from 16 to 24, which is quite awesome. Tier 2 alphas are going from 16 to 24. Tier 5 basics are going up to 16 instead of 8. So if you have sigil, you're going to get like 20 that you can store. I like that a lot. Tier 5 CCs are drastically increased threefold. So it's going to go from 2 to 6. If you have sigil, probably 8. And Tier 3 alpha and Tier 6 basic limits are also doubled up. So, that's long overdue. Love that. Now the thing that is absolutely going to destroy lots of people's faith and love for Kabam, and to be honest, I was 100% in of impression that they will not ever touch it, especially speaking with a whole bunch of Kabam developers. They kind of gave a hint that they will not remove the true accuracy from Mole Man whilst in frenzy mode, because it has been in the game for well over a year. It has been the reason why many people have ranked up Mole Man. And that also has been the reason why I always have ranked up and valued Mole Man as much as I did. Without a doubt, Mole Man is still going to be a good champion after this change. But there will be several fights that, you will have to play a lot slower, and he will lose a significant part of what makes him as attractive as he is, because the passive true accuracy, whilst dealing as much damage as he did, was truly one of the reasons why so many people absolutely loved him. This is a huge thing that affects, virtually everybody in the game, in my opinion. And, it's a shame to see it. It really is. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how overall it affects. I just finished champion rankings, obviously. And how had I known this previously, and he's going down in rankings, he probably is going to go down a tier as well. But we'll see. Maybe he can cope well enough without it, but it's just such a huge shame. Again, especially since I have kind of got an impression from several Kabam employees from conversations that, you know, they have no plans to patch or amend it. Which again, allowing that to exist in the game for like 2 years nearly now, it's just why. It really begs the question why. On top of that, they are fixing Kingpin though. So Kingpin is now gonna stack correctly with his overpower buffs, and it means in some situations he's gonna be doing a ton more damage. So it's a big W for Kingpin, big L for Mole Man. They're sorting out the Storm issues with pausing prowesses. King Groot, hopefully is properly sorted out. Yes, he is. Stacked with the appropriate amount of Furies. And other than that, few more bug fixes there. When it comes to solo events, then Too Long Didn't Read version of it is, we have had this event in past where basically you will have one key given to you every day. You can get one in mail, rest of it via calendar. And as long as you log in and collect those keys, you can use them whenever you want, however many of them you want to use in a day. In the highest difficulty map, there will be 7 fights, and you will receive this resource for every single fight that you do. So even if you don't finish, even if you get KO'd before you defeat the final opponent, because they typically get progressively harder, you can quit out and you're gonna, you know, keep all the earned ore. And the idea is that you earn this ore throughout the month via calendar, via special event, via these daily events, via everything else. And then you can use all of that in a shop and buy whatever you need. The most important thing is that you will have access to 1.85 million of this resource total if you grab every single place. So 1.8 million is how much you're gonna have to budget. Hence, this is probably gonna require additional video where I'm gonna go over, you know, the best items to buy in my opinion and the most economical and how to budget it. I'll probably make a spreadsheet for it, which is gonna, you know, let you calculate what you can get, what you can't get, and stuff like that. But I'll leave that for tomorrow. Then again, as I mentioned, there's going to be the 7-day login calendar. There's also as always going to be the special crystal that they do, which is going to be 2000 shards. And that crystal this time around, you know, it looks fairly decent. It has Angela, Black Widow, Deadly Origins, Captain America, Infinity War as Falcon. Then it also has Hercules, which is obviously super important. Joe Fixit, Null, got awesome champions. Then we have Odin, Overseer, Cersei, Silver Centurion, Sunspot, OG Thor as well. So, you know, there are some good champions in it, but, you know, it's a norm these days. And then here we can see how much ore exactly you can get in which difficulty. Obviously, you cannot play all difficulties. In total, basically, you can enter 28 quests total. So my recommendation is obviously try the hardest difficulty. If the hardest difficulty is too hard for you, you can quit out halfway through. You will still have gained some ore. As you can see that in total, you know, obviously doing half of hardest difficulty is pretty much the same amount that you would if you complete the lower difficulty. So always try to aim as high as you can and push yourself as hard as you can there. You're also going to get extra resource for doing cap EQ and uncollected EQ. So this is going to be the month where you want to do every single difficulty basically in order not to miss out on any ore there. And here we can take a look at the store and store items, and there's going to be also solo event. So in the store, the most important things is that you will be able to get some rank 4 materials, which is going to be, you know, again, fairly big, decent chunk. It's going to be about 20% of the catalyst, just like we did this month. So that is, you know, very hefty amount right there. 5 6-star signature stone crystals, you know, that's something. I think 6,500 6-star shards total here, plus another 1,500 6-star shards here. So that adds it up to what, 8,000, and you can get another 3,000 from like a special solo event. So that's going to be somewhat over 10k there. Some tier 5 basic catalyst fragments, some tier 2 alpha catalysts. Here, again, I'm going to make a specific spreadsheet for all of this that's going to help you plan and budget for this stuff. And lastly, here is the solo event, which is actually quite decent because it is going to give you another 10% tier 5 CC, 1.5 tier 5 basic catalysts, 6-star generic signature stone plus 5. So, you know, that's also not nothing. And some 6-star shards or a mythic crystal, 5-star awakening gem is going to be there. So, you know, as far as side events go, we have definitely had much worse. And the good thing is that it also is presented to you as a store, so you can prioritize even if you don't explore everything. Right, all that being said, I do think it's a huge L for Kabam to touch Mole Man right now. I really think it's going to anger a lot of people, myself included. And, you know, it's just a shame. It's a completely unnecessary thing. I don't think Mole Man was game breaking. He wasn't like the best champion in the game or in the class to rip through everything. He had his place, he had his moments to shine. And it's just unfortunate that they are taking it back for whatever reason. Either way, that is it for this video, and I will catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next